Hi guys, okay, I'm just gonna say the same as I did on my one day later video of the Sony Xperia X. Thanks for everyone joining yesterday's live Q&A, but for everyone who doesn't want to go through 1.5 hours of questions about both phones, here's a quick overview after using the Moto G4 for one day. Let's start off with the design and build quality. The first thing to mention is it got bigger, 5.5 inches now, but it actually still feels okay. Of course it is bigger, but I actually expected it to feel even more so. Okay, the bezels aren't super small, but the rest is really nice because it actually feels more solid than last year's model. Because due to the metal frame, I have to say it feels very, very sturdy. The plastic bag could be a little bit more textured. It is quite a fine pattern and I'm not quite sure how grippy that will be, but it definitely feels okay and I like it better than last year. Here we have the camera and all that, so they even made a little bit of an edge here that doesn't really bother me about, so that is okay. The buttons feel a little bit dead, at least the volume rocker, the power button is okay, but the overall design actually feels quite good. If you talk about the display, I have to say I'm not very pleased with it, but it gets the job done. I think it's a little bit more on the yellow side, but it after all looks quite okay, so I don't really feel any too big complaints here. It should get the job done, and if you are okay with a slightly warmer display, it's okay because it's quite sharp, it's also quite bright, so in these terms it's really good. So if you check the sound here, just real quick, and this is no full review or something like that. What I like a lot, we have the speaker at the top, which is not maybe my perfect placement. I would actually wish for it to be at the bottom because then it could reflect from my hand like this, and this felt more natural. This feels a little bit odd for some reason, but therefore it's really loud and it actually sounds good. And especially when I tried it yesterday with games, it feels very immersive. Another great thing is the performance, because as you can see here, it is actually super smooth. 2 GB of RAM seems quite fine, but I would definitely still prefer, if you want to use it for a longer period of time, try the 3 GB version. This for now would be my recommendation. It performs really nice, pretty much lag free, not maybe always super fast, and with 2 GB maybe a little bit limited on the longer term, but I mostly have seen reloads in the browser. The rest was absolutely fine. Battery life I can't judge yet. But one thing that is great is the charging time, because it needed 1 hour and 35 with a fast adaptive charger, so all good here. Battery life I still should be quite okay with 3000 milliamp hours. Considering that, of course, I will need to make the full review for that. Software, we all know Motorola software. It's very stock Android with a few minor enhancements, actually almost a little too few. Camera, didn't check it too much yet, but so far it seems very solid. According to the price, quite good. And to bring it actually down to the end already, with 250 euros, it seems to be for now a really good phone, but I think they shot themselves a little bit in their own foot with their own phone, the G4 Plus, because for just 50 euros more, you get more storage, you get more RAM, you get a fingerprint reader, and you get a better camera. If you don't all need that and can find it for a good price, it seems like a nice deal so far. But the competition is quite strong, so I definitely need a few more days to actually evaluate how good of a phone this is for the price. It seems absolutely really nice for now, but with the strong, really cheap, high-end phones that we get these days, it could be a little bit harder this time than the previous years before. But I don't really see anything too much wrong this year. They did a quite nice job, and I will have to take a few more days, but this was it for my one day later first impressions video. I hope you liked it, and you definitely saved a lot of time if you maybe didn't watch the 1.5 hour live Q&A. So I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time. Okay, until next time, bye.